It's time to play with me.
Here we go!
What the hell? Is this a real thing? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 weird TV shows.
It's heavy, it's hairy, and it talks.
Good. Now how about fixing my spaceship so I can get my heavy, hairy body out of here?
For this list, we're focusing on television series with a bizarre premise or those in which odd events consistently transpire. And there's absolutely no strange Japanese game shows or anime. Yeah, there's plenty of bizarre reality shows out there, but our list is reality free as well, since we already have a video on that.
Kinda like, I'm naked.
I'm a bit of a mountain man.
Right on, me too. I mean, I'm not a mountain man.
Number 10, Cop Rock.
Let's be careful out there.
After creating the acclaimed television series Hill Street Blues and LA Law, Stephen Bocco looked himself in the mirror and said, "The world is now ready for a police musical."
What kind of world do we live in?
ABC executives agreed, and Cop Rock began an 11-episode run that had juries screaming hallelujah and gritty cops breaking out into dance routines.
Get down on your knees. Now we all know that you have crossed the line.
Once Oscar winner Randy Newman signed on for the opening credits number, confused actors told their agents, "Okay," and took part in the most flamboyant cop procedural of all time. Sure, maybe the series finale wasn't a "where were you" moment, but we do know where Sheryl Crow was. She was cop rockin'.
Hey, I got something for you. Come on, come and get it.
Number 9, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's the longest running original show in Adult Swim history, and the reason why your stoner friend has trouble eating Happy Meals.
Come on, worries. Let's go. Soup's on. Eat it up. Save some room for dessert, which is gonna be me.
Definitely not your typical roommates. The main characters of Aqua Teen Hunger Force are edible beings in the form of a talking milkshake,
I will be the one asking the questions.
a fat little piece of meat, and an intellectual box of french fries, aka the Dostoevsky of the drive-thru. Our words, not theirs. Together, the Munchies do their best to get by, while greasy neighbor Carl offers his own unique perspectives on life.
You and I know that you will be sizzling like fajita meat.
Carl, please!
To have been a fly on the wall when this surrealistic concept was pitched to executives.
Dancing is forbidden. It is mystery time. We have a case to solve. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, assemble!
Number 8, The Eric Andre Show. Inspired by Cartoon Network's Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Eric Andre created an 80s-style talk show in which anything can happen. With stand-up comedian Hannibal Buress as his sidekick, Andre insults guests, destroys the set, and typically appears like an alien invaded his body. Let's say this. Logic does not apply to the Eric Andre Show, which means you either love it or you're someone who says, "I don't get it."
Hey man, you into like crazy ass? You into crazy ass? Like,
with a combination of bizarre sketches and the confused scripted reactions of celebrity guests, this strange series is better experienced with a couple glasses of wine or perhaps a fat blunt. Not that we condone that kind of thing.
why don't you wear a chocolate suit, like a suit made out of chocolate, so you can eat?
Are you combing my hair for lice?
Yeah, I was checking for lice.
And?
You're good.
Number 7, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Based on the Academy Award-nominated short by John R. Dilworth, this series featured a scared, shitless dog forced to engage with the supernatural.
What is it, Courage?
Living under the bright lights of nowhere, Kansas, with a couple of well-meaning elders, Courage interacts with his smart-ass computer and navigates the stinky farm. But when grotesque monsters appear, Courage must compose himself just enough in order to save the day. This frightening comedy caused children to punch holes right through high-priced flat screens and probably scarred them for life. Number 6. The Ren and Stimpy Show.
Don't you know cartoons will ruin your mind?
Remember the good old days when cartoons were filled with mild sexual innuendos? Well, the Ren and Stimpy Show changed all of that. Through a disturbing yet hilarious use of dark humor, the series followed the exploits of a neurotic chihuahua and an intellectually challenged cat.
You okay, Ren? Never been better.
Given the over-the-top antics, Ren and Stimpy challenged mischievous comedy writers to push the limits, thus leading the way for a new age of controversial cartoons. In other words, there would be no Beavis and Butthead or Eric Cartman without this outlandish series, and the subsequent adult party cartoon was even more edgy.
Joy.
Number 5. Peewees Playhouse.
What should we do now? I know, let's go look at my toys!
With a unique artistic flair and its wacky suit and tie donning star, this series made kids completely freak out when the opening credits hit.
It's gonna be that kind of morning. We're being wacky. We're getting naughty.
Based on Paul Rubin's 1980 stage act The Pee-wee Herman Show, the colorful playhouse was filled with surrealistic imagery and claymation designed to inspire creativity as Pee-wee offered valuable lessons about sharing. Viewers were instructed to scream real loud when a secret word was spoken, which not only made life stressful for parents, but also led them to join in on the fun.
What's that red thing over there? What's a silly question, Pee-wee? It's the door.
Yes, Pee-wee Herman was a bizarre character, but his magnificent playhouse kept us all smiling for a variety of reasons.
Wow! Foil! Let's see how big my foil ball is today!
Number 4. Adventure Time.
Finn, you're like an ant to him.
Oh yeah? Well, this ant's about to get in his pants.
The setting of this bizarre animated series has been described as Candyland on the surface and dark underneath by its creator Pendleton Ward, which is a fancy way of saying that it's essentially based on Dungeons and Dragons.
When we bring the dead back to life, will they be filled with worms?
No. If my decorpsinator serum works, then all the dead candy people will look as young and healthy as you do.
Centered around the hijinks of young Finn and his golden dog Jake, Adventure Time appeals to the more artistic crowd, as each episode takes approximately 9 months to finish through hand-drawn storyboards that are later digitally composited.
If I become lumpy like them, I want you to—
It's not gonna come to that!
With supporting characters like Princess Bubblegum, Marceline the Vampire Queen, and the Ice King.
No one sucks the life from my penguins except me!
It's no wonder that nerds fully immerse themselves into the land of ooh. And let's not forget Cartoon Network's equally strange regular show.
Hambony will save your life someday. It'll be all like, what? You trying to mug me?
No, we're not doing that, okay?
Number 3. Monty Python's Flying Circus.
I didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition.
While this sketch comedy series wasn't produced specifically for the intellectual crowd, you might say that it takes a tiny bit of brains to fully grasp the concepts.
This parrot is no more. It has ceased to be.
Created by a group of highly educated comedians, Monty Python's Flying Circus offered plenty of bizarre humor on British customs, while slowly gaining a cult following.
If you want to get anything done in this country, you've got to complain till you're blue in the mouth.
After a 5-year run, the franchise expanded to the big screen and cast members like John Cleese, Terry Gilliam, and Eric Idle, who all became masters of surrealistic comedy.
Would you repeat that? I'm a bit deaf.
Now, the BMA, the British Medical Association.
Louder, please. I still can't hear.
Number 2. Twin Peaks. Created by the one and only David Lynch, this spooky series has long been considered one of the greatest television shows ever made. Sure, it was cancelled quicker than you can say Who Killed Laura Palmer, but the dark comedy and exploration of small-town issues made Twin Peaks an instant classic.
Diane, I'm at the Twin Peaks County morgue with the body of the victim. What's her name? Laura Palmer. Laura Palmer.
By dipping into surrealism tinged with a small amount of horror, Lynch kept viewers anxious for more, even after the killer was revealed. In fact, David Lynch is in talks with Showtime to direct a 9-episode series in 2016.
I can't tell you how excited we are.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Good. The viewer likes swans.
The peach is never brown. The dead fruit in his hands becomes ripe with everlasting flavor, as long as he only touches it once.
You could access his memories, assuming there's no brain damage. Of course, you'd have to have an electromagnetic probe placed in the base of your skull whilst immersed without clothing in the old tank.
They want me to have sex with a pig? Live on television this afternoon.
Well, this is a little more like it, huh? Oh, excuse me, sir. Would you like to come and be interviewed in the street?
Number 1. Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Great Job. You might be asking yourself, who the heck names their television show Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Great Job? Well, Tim Heidecker and Eric Warheim did.
You do it right here?
Yeah, do it right here. Here we go.
Okay.
With a less than hefty budget, or so they would have you believe, Tim and Eric welcomed celebrities like Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly for their self-described nightmare version of television.
Can't have everything. Can't kiss a beautiful girl and have a cool uncle.
The Adult Swim series isn't quite accessible for most viewers, and some might say that it borders on pure lunacy. But at the end of the day, Tim and Eric stayed true to themselves, even if no one else knew what the hell was going on.
Why don't you stand like a regular man? Then you can pee in the urinal can.
If you really want to know why I'm sitting strong, I just can't stand touching my dong.
So, do you agree with our list? What is your favorite weird TV show?
Putting a bird on toast.
Put a bird on it! Look at this. I just sewed this bird right onto the pillow.
Oh, you missed a spot.
What are you doing?
For more mind-blowing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
And that's what America is all about.